Don't touch the phone, please. Can you say hello?
Hello. Huh? I can't see.
So it's Friday.
I can't see.
Sunday's the 16th. That means 15th. Today's the 14th of August, 2020. That's Baby Bear.
I can't see.
You can't see. Okay. And I'm starting to feel more and more human as time progresses, because I'm starting to create sort of a routine-ish thing.
I can't see.
Where'd you go? Where are you?
I can't see.
You can't see.
I'm right here.
You're right here.
I
I see you. The camera's right here. The camera's right there, so you'd have to, you're looking at yourself on the screen, but the camera is all the way over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want a snack?
Yeah.
Can you say yes, please?
Hello.
Good job. Here, hold on. I was going to attempt to do some reading on camera, and then somebody got really cute. Well, first we were watching some PBS on Roku, which is awesome because they have little clips that always roll constantly. And then I got sucked into YouTube because YouTube's fun. I enjoy watching YouTube videos all the time. But then I realized that, like, I'm still not a very good manager of my time, but I'm getting a little bit better at it. You show them your fruit. And there are just some things I'm starting to incorporate into my time. Although one of those things hasn't happened just yet, because I would like you to do it. I would like you to do it with me, and that is brushing our teeth. Brushing our teeth. It's very important. Daddy actually just flossed his teeth this morning and didn't get some sort of kickback in his gums, which is awesome. Just another way of saying there was no bleeding in the gums. And we're pretty sensitive to that in general, especially if we go for a couple of weeks without flossing. Because if you're flossing every day, if you're vigorously flossing every day, you should floss and brush and rinse in some order every day. But if you, first off, I would seriously and not sarcastically applaud you for flossing and brushing and rinsing every day, because I don't. Every other time I want to brush my teeth and floss, stop kicking the box. Stop kicking. That box is not for kicking. Thank you.
Don't kick it.
Yes, let's not kick the box. You have 15 other boxes around the house that you can kick. This is not one of them. Thank you. Every other time I want to brush, rinse, and floss, most times I'm either exhausted and just want to get to bed as quickly as possible, so the night routine's not really happening. And if I try to do it sometime during daylight hours, I usually just want to eat food and drink. And if you are at least flossing and rinsing, most times with the fluoride rinse, you have to, they strongly suggest that you don't eat or drink anything for at least a half an hour, because you want the fluoride to do what the fluoride's supposed to do to help strengthen your teeth. I'm also kind of just kicking myself because I had just told Mustachio yesterday, because I took a quick shower just to kind of scrub grossness off myself, because I sweat a lot and I feel disgusting. And I've been using this. I don't want to turn it around on camera. But I had just told him that I was missing a tube. I didn't know where it was. And I've been staring at this for the last few hours going, this is the tube. This is what I thought I was missing. It's sitting in my box with my new oil stuff.
I need an egg.
What?
What? An egg.
Oh yes, it's an egg.
Egg.
Mm-hmm. Why are you kissing an egg?
It's out there.
That's why I'm asking why you're kissing it.
It's all dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it's all dirt.
I think we're going to have to focus specifically on this weekend. Basualia. I totally can't pronounce words anymore. I am super excited to put some of this on my feet. I'm super excited to start putting some of this on Mustachio's feet. And I'm probably going to take it on our little trip, which, yeah, I babbled yesterday or the day before for over half an hour. And I uploaded it, but I uploaded it to private because I just go on and on. Seems to be, I need to start making structure for my videos so that I stay on subject. But yes, we finally got our free COVID tests results, and we are all negative. We are currently, so based on my understanding of those tests, when we got the nasal ones, which I never realized that depending on where they scratch you, they have to go far enough back to get as much of it as possible. There, the camera's there. That is where you want to aim for, is there. You're going to show the screen. The screen's always going to be over here. The camera is right there. So you have to aim for that spot. So if you want to show them your fruit snackies, you have to hold it up right here. You can do it. I believe in you. And so that means we're going to go ahead with a small, reclusive. There. There it is.
Daddy.
There it is. It looks like a strawberry. I think strawberries are more tasty, but for a quick snack, these seem to do the trick. Which makes me kind of excited, and also kind of like the laziest parts of me go, oh, I'm gonna have to go. But how do you ask?
My cheese.
Very good. Yeah, the lazy part of me that doesn't want to get anything done is bummed that we're gonna have to prepare ourselves to leave the house for an extended weekend. But the rest of me that is actually expressing rational thought says, yay, we get to go. I'm so excited. We've been planning this trip. Well, we've known about this trip for months and months because we had to book it like not a year, like half a year in advance. And then COVID happened, and we figured we were far enough outside of the pandemic that there wouldn't be any cancellations. And at this point that we were accurate, there is no cancellation in this, but it's going to be a nice secluded weekend away. These are, there's a chocolate character thing that I'm totally blanking on the name, but they have this with a fun little toy in it, and it's surrounded by hollow milk chocolate and wrapped up in like a tinfoil thing with pretty colors, and they sell them at the checkout counters at the store.
They got chocolate.
Usually they do when we originally opened them, but the chocolate's in the fridge now, so if we needed chocolate.
Get the chocolate.
No, you're dealing with your fruit snacks. We focus on the fruit snacks right now.
Let's get the chocolate. Egg. Another egg.
I wonder if I actually have one. Wonder if I have one of these sitting in. I did at one point, and I think I treated myself to it instead of giving it to her.
Huh?
Because it's fun to give yourself a little bit of
Snacks.
Oh, do I get these now?
Sure.
These are for me now? Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I gotta get down.
Yep, you want to get down and go get chocolate. Let's go get chocolate. Sit somewhere and enjoy it. We have one. Oh my goodness. So, I find that really funny. Yeah, once upon a time, when I felt comfortable enough or needed a break enough to go to a Target or any other store, grocery type, I would pick up a couple of these because it's just so nice. And they're just random. It's cool because it's a little metal foil, it's full of color, and when you open these, best before June 2021. Interesting. This is good for like another year. That's maybe mommy will have to look those up and see what it's all about. Free app and games at yowiworld.com. I don't take a lot of time to consider a lot of things as far as just sitting and reflecting. I've tend to recently allow myself to just kind of zone out. I've noticed I've been doing a lot of zoning out. So it's a little hollow chocolate thing. I'm guessing is another Yowie type character. I think, yeah, he looks like he's either holding his stomach or holding an egg. And when you open it, this is where we get these little eggs. These things are awesome. I'd almost be willing to replace any of our potential seasonal Easter eggs with these eggs because they're strong and they're sturdy, and I've been able to pack little snacks. Like I'll pack a couple of Hershey Kisses or something like that in here when we need to pack. Who am I kidding? I haven't had to pack a bag in months. I haven't had to leave the house in months, and I'm very fortunate for that, but it's only a reality due to the pandemic. Is this a glow-in-the-dark looking thing? What is this? Oh, that is so cool. Of course, I have now caught the attention of my daughter. So this is called, and they have a little, so this is called axolotl. Ambystoma mexicanum. Critically endangered. Oh, it's so sad. In Mexico City's lake. Oh, I'm totally gonna butcher that. Sure, it is yours. Would you like it?
Sure.
What do we say to appreciate?
Thank you.
Very good. You're welcome. It's part of the Emerald group of collecting things. I'm still reading the paper. You can get a bunch of different types too. Collect them all. That's why we keep buying them and hoping we're gonna get it. Hold on, I'm reading it. Hold on. In Mexico City's lake, Exchimolico, I'm totally butchering it. The axolotl adult remains aquatic and gilled instead of developing lungs to breathe like other salamanders. Considered one of the most critically endangered species in the world, based on an Aztec myth, its name comes from the Xochitl, the god of all things grim. Cool myth. Like, cool story, bro? Interesting. Yeah, so you can create a digital collection, you can create an actual collection. They have, so it's a fun toy wrapped in chocolate candy, and I'm not sure where those characters are coming from. Yowie World. I'm gonna borrow this real quick because, okay, it's just a Yowie brand. There's another toy, well, there's several toy companies that have, like, they make plastic figurines of different types of animals and stuff, and they're so much fun. But, like, yeah, once you're done, you just got this cool plastic egg. Now, I've probably purchased way too many of these over the years. So that's the newest one. New Shiny just came out, and this has got a layer of crud. But they're I like them because they can fit small snacks that my daughter will actually try to eat. And just small things. Like if I needed something, I could honestly take them and label them and stick them in my purse, and it's just so easy. And they're really tough. Like it's not gonna just pop open like some of these flimsy eggs that you get. Uh-huh. Would you like that chocolate? How do you ask? Yes, you may have this piece. What do you say? What? No, you have one piece. Excuse you? You have one piece already. How do you ask? It's a lot of chocolate, sweetheart.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
Wow, there's 2 chocolates.
Yeah, the 2 pieces of chocolate. After this though, hey, we're gonna have to try to eat some real food.
Thanks, Mom.
I think it's very nice. When I make lunch, are you gonna want chicken nuggets or are you gonna want dumplings?
It's a statue.
It is a statue, isn't it?
What is this?
It's a character called Yowie. See?
It's a character.
Yeah, it's a character.
It's a character.
It's a character.
This.
For example.
It's a picture. There is one more. Look, another one.
We opened these and got distracted by chocolate. We're not currently going to eat them right now, so.
It was a balloon. Let's keep it up. Yep, and character.
It's a character.
What's this?
And you get a cool looking figurine of an endangered species. Aw.
And yeah.
It kind of looks like one of the characters off of your Abby Hatcher off Netflix.
What's this?
It's chocolate. Please don't play with it. If you want to eat it, you can eat it.
What's this? Yep, a character. What's this?
I picked a cup.
Yep, and hair. Cat's hair. And cat's
I didn't realize it, but somehow I am consuming a lot of water today between I woke up this morning with a bit of a headache, which is kind of sadly becoming sort of the norm. I'm not getting I don't feel like I'm getting a regular amount of sleep the way I should be. There's a lot of things. I feel like I constantly go back and forth on focus and subjects and things like that, which makes me wonder how much of, like when I think about my dad has currently been living with a, how do we explain this? He had a traumatic brain injury. TBI, I think is what they call it. Actually, that's the only reason why I'm like, it was a pretty severe trauma to his head. He was in a car accident. It was not his fault, which is important to say because my dad's been in a lot of car accidents, and many times he was at fault. This was one of the more recent situations where he was absolutely not at fault. He wasn't asleep behind the wheel. He wasn't in any sort of altered state due to medications of various forms. He was simply driving safely, and has always been a pretty great driver. I think that's I not that sort of thing is genetic, but I'm very thankful to know that he and my mom have been fantastic drivers growing up, and that I was able to learn some safe driving and some decent driving and have been a fantastic driver. I've actually been a professional driver for almost 10 years of my life. 10 years of my 37 years of life, and I've been what could technically be considered a professional driver. Enjoy it. It's not going to go anywhere. Take your time and enjoy it, okay? I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to take We might have to turn the TV back on so that she can get lost in that world for like an hour and I can actually get some reading done on camera because I was so exhausted. I was so tired. But seeing how I switch from subject to subject kind of makes me wonder how much of my dad's various nuances are his traumatic brain injury and years of drug use because he is a recovering addict, and how some of it's just the way that we are. It makes me wonder because I bounce from subject to subject to subject to subject to subject, and I don't believe it to be anything overly medical. I think I haven't had to give myself an opportunity to primarily focus in one direction for a very long time, and between learning how to multitask behind the wheel as a school bus driver once upon a time, I find it's incredibly difficult to stay on track and stay on subject with one particular thing for a consistent amount of time, which is where I was getting to when it comes to all of this. Lots of things that we could talk about. Isn't it amazing? You just sit down and let yourself talk. Things just seem to kind of clear up. I probably should have picked a different shirt to wear because I feel like I'm just, not that I am a green screen, but it would be essentially like its own type of green screen. Yeah. That's a picture of it. That's a salamander. That's what this is. This is a salamander. Very good. That's a salamander. It's an amphibian, which is a type of animal that lives in the water and can live on the land. It's not a fish, but it's not a mammal either.
It's not a fish. Oh.
Nope. It's a little bit of both. That's called an amphibian. I kind of want to turn on Storybots for you. Yes, it does. It has a tail. Very good. That's a very good observation. It's amazing the things that you would just allow yourself to process just doing video diaries to reflect on a lot of different things. This went in 15 different directions that I didn't anticipate, which is wonderful. And I hope future Connie doesn't cringe too much, because someday I'm going to end up having to watch these or try to process things through these, which is great. Oh, I need to do that too. I'm just looking at some of the things that I have. What you don't see from your side of the camera is that I have you propped up on a kitchen table full of miscellaneous things. Very proud of myself because that was one of my goals this week, was to drink more water. And this morning I woke up with a bit of a headache, which I'm trying not to let the anxiety that I know I have play tricks on me and abuse my imagination, because the anxiety in me wants to be like, something might be wrong. You have a headache. And I'm like, we also have baby aspirin and Tylenol. Can't say Tylenol. Baby aspirin and Tylenol. So we have ways to take care of tension headaches. It's okay. And there was such an incredible relief Thursday to get the phone call that was it on Wednesday or was it on Thursday? I will have to look it up, because I started sending messages to like everyone that I had been in contact with recently that knew. It was definitely a worry. I was definitely fearful of the what if we have COVID. And I still wonder a little bit, like, to be extra thorough, I'm almost tempted to like ask my doctor or ask how it might be possible to get like a blood antibody test so that I can know for sure what we have in our system to a point, but I'm also not terribly worried about it. What we do know, based on the testing that we got done, is that we do not actively have COVID-19, which, if I was an editor, there'd be so much like celebration and, so excited, so happy. She is jumping around, probably because the sugar's gonna hit her system pretty quick, covered in chocolate. And,
Hello.
hi. Oh, would you like me to help wipe your hands? Yeah, let's go wipe your hands. He's a what? We just had to spend the last minute explaining that the salamander isn't actually wet, but it's created in a way that the character looks slippery, and so she feels like the slickness and thinks it's wet. Yeah, that is bouncy paper. Mm-hmm. Definitely been drinking a lot of water. I woke up this morning and immediately was like, you know what we need? We need strong tea. So I made Mustachio and myself an old classic. What did you want to watch? Did you want to watch the one with the monsters? No, honey. Watch the show, please. So we're trying the car. This is another reason why we don't do car rides. Watch Abby, please. Watch Abby Hatcher. So I got an alert for a rare Pokemon. I'm getting directions to go there. And she doesn't like the car. So we're going to try this.
Stay in the second lane from left.
I lose my stuff. I lose my mind because she freaks out so much, and there's no reason for her to be freaking out, which just makes me sad because...
At the light, use the left 2 lanes to turn left. Turn left.
But I do want to try and catch it on as many of the family accounts as possible, but that also means getting there in enough time before this thing disappears. And I forgot that I left the adapter in Mustachio's car, which means I have no battery. So I've had to do this, which is extra frustrating. And then having to convince a child that doesn't want to be in the car that we're going to get in the car. What's up? Why aren't you watching Abby? Watch the show. So far, so good. But now I'm having a personal problem. I have to go to the bathroom. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that she wants to keep watching the show on the phone, but it seems to be a lot less volume, at least in the pickups for this, so we survived. I still completely lose my stuff. I lose my cool a lot, and by losing my cool I mean like I swear and I get angry and I get frustrated, and I'm not very Christ-like, but it is possible to potentially put my kid in the car. That was one of the biggest issues we had in potentially getting ready for this upcoming trip, is that she's just not going to like being in the car. And then I realized, being a lazy editing YouTuber, that most of what I've shot today is already like really long. So if you stayed for this entire endeavor of me just cutting and pasting everything together, knowing that this is going to be just shy of over a half an hour, thank you. This is what it's like kind of talking to me on any other given day, except that it's just me babbling and you watching and not actually having a conversation, which is sad. I could use a lot more conversation in my life. But we made it. I was able to get 2 rare Pokemon on my account and Mustachio's account, and everybody else just got that 187% one, which I think is a win either way. Went to the bathroom, realizing how much water is going through me very quickly. Also didn't even pay attention to the fact that I filled this up to make oatmeal in the Keurig, and I'm already down to that. So that might definitely be helping. It's nice to know that, like, I'm not getting all of the goals I want to get done immediately, but goals are being met. With one of those goals not being met being doing something with my hair, because it's everywhere, but I also don't really care. Look at how much silver is in there. Look at that platinum action. Oh my gosh. I did not think this is what hair at 37 would look like. Not that I paid attention to it very often, but I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I'm glad that we're home. I'm glad that that endeavor only took like an hour, I think, and I don't want to do it again. Sad, sad things. Hey baby, do you want chicken nuggets or dumplings? I think she said no. Dumplings. Okay, dumplings are gonna happen. I'm leaning more towards possibly chicken nuggets or maybe a microwaved burger, which sounds really good. Super hearty. And hopefully I will get to reading this book at some point today, because I'm already a day behind. But super excited that it's a great day. It's a great day. I'm not gonna change anything about that. And they're just getting better. There is progress to be had, and we're all getting there. Because I agreed with, I was watching a friend of mine's Instagram story, and she's like, the pandemic really did a number on like my depression, and I was like, yes, me too. And I'm incredibly grateful that things have gone the way that they have, because even though I've been tired and depressed and afraid, I've also had a lot of really good days and a lot of good things come out of this, and I think it's only going to continue to get better, even if the rest of the world decides to lose their minds between now and November, because that's what we do in America during an election year. So that is something I do not want to put on camera at all, because I'm just not going to go into it. But I think as far as harsh and difficult subjects go, let's just stick to racism, because that's the one thing I'm definitely desperately trying to get a handle on. Like, understanding and accepting that there are definite parts of my upbringing and my life that are racist, which but also knowing that I am trying to do the best I can to unlearn those racist ways and to learn anti-racist ways. It's just a lot easier said than done. I don't want to babble anymore. I'm tired. I'm sure you're tired if you've watched this entire compilation of things. Thank you for following through, and feel free to say hello. I do get email updates about my comments, so I do see the comments. I just don't always respond because, you get distracted. But doing a lot better, getting a lot better. I'm very excited about that, and I hope that things are going well for you as well. Be careful with that and enjoy, please and thank you. And it's only 3 in the afternoon. I wonder how long it's gonna take to download this. You'll find out in the description how long it took. Just felt like the right thing to do. We're gonna go have a late lunch. Goodbye.